In the small town of Blackridge, people learn to speak softly after sunset. They know that some things in the dark can hear your voice. Looming over the town is the Rosenberg estate, a decaying mansion sealed for over 70 years. The whispers say that anyone who enters never comes back the same. But for 17-year-old Emily, the house wasn't just a local legend. It was the last place her cousin Lily was ever seen. One cold October evening, Emily decided she couldn't live with the silence and the unanswered questions any longer. Armed with only a flashlight and her phone, she pushed open the rusted iron gates. The moment she stepped inside the mansion, a faint breath of cold air swept past her, as if the house itself had just exhaled after decades of holding its breath. Dust danced in the beam of her flashlight, and the floorboards groaned under her feet. Like something alive shifting slowly beneath her, Emily had expected darkness. But the house felt strangely awake. As she walked deeper inside, a room at the end of the hallway drew her in. The door was slightly ajar. Inside stood a gigantic mirror, taller than a man, its frame carved with twisting vines and haunting, human-like faces. The glass shimmered faintly, as if someone had just wiped it clean. Her breath hitched. Lily had always been obsessed with mirrors. As she stepped closer, she noticed something was terribly wrong. Her reflection didn't match the room. Behind her, the doorway was dark and empty. But in the mirror, the doorway showed a dimly lit corridor stretching far beyond what actually existed. Emily blinked, but the reflection stayed the same. She lifted her hand. The reflection copied her, but with a half-second delay, like someone thinking before mimicking the move. A deep chill crawled up her spine. Suddenly, the mirror's surface rippled like disturbed water. A voice whispered from inside, soft, trembling, and unmistakably Lily's. "Emily, don't turn around." Her heart slammed against her ribs. She froze. "Lily, where are you?" "In here," the voice answered. Desperate, it watches you when you look away. Emily's knees felt weak. She forced herself to stare into the mirror, refusing to blink. In the reflection, the room behind her slowly darkened. Shapes began to form in the shadows. The outline of a figure tall, thin, impossibly long started to emerge, its head tilted at an unnatural angle. Emily opened her mouth to scream, but Lily's voice whispered again, "Don't turn around. It becomes real when you face it." The mirror suddenly flashed with a horrifying image, dozens of people trapped inside. Their faces twisted in terror, pounding silently against the glass. Among them, Emily saw Lily, pale and wide-eyed, reaching out. Then, something cold touched Emily's shoulder. Her breath stopped. She squeezed her eyes shut. The whispering from the mirror grew frantic. "Emily, don't let it pull you in, don't." A heavy, skeletal hand slid down her shoulder and gripped her arm. Emily screamed and spun around. Ignoring Lily's warning, She instantly wished she hadn't. Behind her stood the figure. Its skin looked like melted wax. Its eyes were hollow pits dripping with darkness. Its jaw cracked open, wider than any human mouth could, and from its throat came a choked, wet breathing sound. Emily stumbled back and fell against the mirror, but instead of shattering, the glass felt soft, like cold, thick liquid. The monster lunged. Emily felt herself being pulled backward into the mirror. Her fingers clawed at the wooden frame as the liquid surface swallowed her wrists, then her arms, then her chest. Through the rippling surface, she saw Lily reaching for her, screaming without a sound. Summoning every last bit of strength, Emily twisted and kicked, freeing one hand. She grabbed the frame, but the wood began to melt like hot wax. The monster grabbed her ankle, dragging her deeper. Her cries for help echoed through the empty house. No one came. Just before the darkness consumed her, she saw the room's reflection shift again. The monster standing outside the mirror was slowly turning its head toward the doorway, as if listening for new footsteps. With sickening horror, Emily realized it wasn't trying to pull her in. It was replacing her. The mirror's surface solidified instantly. Silence returned. A moment later, the mirror showed the monster, now wearing Emily's face. It blinked once a slow, wrong movement and stepped out of the room, now free, now human, now her. And inside the mirror, Emily screamed silently as dozens of pale, trapped faces turned to welcome another soul. From that night on, the whispers in Blackridge started again, not about the old mansion, but about Emily, about how she returned home smiling too widely, speaking too softly, walking as if she were just learning how to be human, and how every night she stands in front of a mirror, watching it breathe,